The aroma of brewing coffee and the comforting hum of conversation are synonymous with Starbucks. The global coffee giant, once an emblem of success and expansion, has hit a financial wall, and the $11 billion loss sent shockwaves through the company and the stock market. This financial earthquake has exposed the vulnerability of even the mightiest brands to the shifting sands of geopolitics and consumer sentiment. Starbucks' predicament highlights the complex interplay of factors that can make or break a global brand. Boycotts, fueled by concerns over ethical sourcing and political stances, have taken a bite out of sales. Meanwhile, geopolitical tensions, including trade wars and currency fluctuations, have brewed a perfect storm for economic instability. This is not merely a story about a corporation's financial woes, it's a stark reminder that in our interconnected world, the decisions of multinational companies reverberate far beyond balance sheets. From the coffee farmers in developing nations to the everyday consumers making ethical choices, the Starbucks saga offers a glimpse into the future of global business. Boycotts, a potent tool of consumer activism, have long been used to voice dissent against corporate practices. Starbucks, despite its carefully cultivated image of social responsibility, has found itself at the receiving end of consumer ire. Allegations of unfair labor practices in coffee-producing countries and concerns over the environmental impact of its operations have fueled calls for boycotts. Adding fuel to the fire are Starbucks' forays into political pronouncements. In an increasingly polarized world, taking a stand on social and political issues can alienate segments of a customer base. The backlash against Starbucks' vocal support of certain policies illustrates the tightrope that brands walk when they venture into the realm of politics. This consumer revolt against Starbucks underscores a fundamental shift in consumer consciousness. No longer content with simply consuming products, today's consumers are demanding transparency, ethical behavior, and alignment with their values. Brands that fail to heed this call risk facing the wrath of a generation that votes with its wallet. The globalized nature of Starbucks' operations makes it susceptible to the vagaries of international politics and economics. Trade wars and tariffs, often wielded as weapons in diplomatic disputes, have disrupted supply chains and increased costs for businesses like Starbucks that rely on a global network of suppliers. Currency fluctuations, another symptom of geopolitical instability, further complicate the financial picture. As exchange rates fluctuate, the cost of importing and exporting goods becomes unpredictable, impacting profitability and pricing strategies. For a company like Starbucks that operates in numerous countries, managing currency risk becomes a constant challenge. The Starbucks story serves as a cautionary tale for businesses operating in an increasingly volatile geopolitical climate. The interconnectedness of the global economy means that events in one corner of the world can have ripple effects that are felt far and wide. Navigating this complex web of geopolitical risks requires agility, adaptability, and a deep understanding of the political and economic forces at play. As Starbucks grapples with global challenges, a new breed of competitor has emerged on its home turf, the independent coffee shop. Fueled by a desire for unique experiences, locally sourced products, and a sense of community, these small businesses are challenging the dominance of the coffee giant. The rise of the local coffee scene reflects a broader consumer trend towards authenticity and connection. Independent cafes often prioritize sustainability, ethical sourcing, and community engagement, values that resonate with a growing segment of consumers. These businesses are not just selling coffee, they are offering an experience, a story, and a sense of belonging. For Starbucks, the proliferation of local competitors presents a unique challenge. The company built its success on consistency, convenience, and a standardized experience. However, in an era where consumers crave authenticity and individuality, this one-size-fits-all approach may no longer be enough to maintain market share. The rise of the health-conscious consumer has also impacted Starbucks' bottom line. Sugary frappuccinos and calorie-laden pastries, once staples of the Starbucks menu, are facing declining popularity as consumers prioritize healthier options. The demand for plant-based milk alternatives, sugar-free syrups, and wholesome snacks has forced Starbucks to rethink its menu and adapt to evolving consumer preferences. Sustainability is another key driver of consumer behavior. Concerns about the environmental impact of single-use cups, plastic straws, and coffee pod waste have prompted consumers to seek out companies with strong sustainability practices. Starbucks, once criticized for its environmental footprint, has taken steps to reduce waste, promote reusable cups, and source coffee beans responsibly. These shifts in consumer preferences reflect a broader societal trend towards conscious consumption. Consumers are increasingly aware of the impact of their choices on their health, the environment, and the world around them. This awareness is driving demand for products and services that align with their values, forcing companies like Starbucks to rethink their practices and adapt to this new landscape.